All right, here we are in the eye clinic, in the old eye clinic here in Shell. This is one of our last days before we go to our new, and we have a missionary patient here, Joy, who's going to say hi to you folks. Joy?
Good morning. Glad to talk to you, and I want to tell you what a miracle worker Stan is, because when he took the cataract out of my left eye, he took all the floaters out of my right eye at the same time.
Well, that's interesting. Very interesting. What kind of surgery did you have in your left eye?
Cataract surgery.
Did you have the modern type, or did you have the more manual type?
Manual type.
Huh, very good.
And the reason for that was because when I had my cataract taken out of my right eye, I had the more modern type, and I got serious scar tissue within 3 days. So Dr. Pletcher decided to do manual type to see if we could prevent that. And now this is the 10th day since the operation, and I don't have any scar tissue yet. Before, I got scar tissue within 3 days.
And we just checked your vision. I think it was 20/30 right now without any correction at about a week out, or just a little more than a week out, like you said. Very good. All right, so we have another pleased patient here in Shell, Ecuador.
It's been a delightful experience after dealing with the Cubans in Latacunga. This is very pleasant.
All right, here we are in the old ophthalmology clinic, the old morgue, and here we have a fine young worker who's helping us on our moving day. What are we going to do today, Yvette?
We are planning to move out of this morgue. As you guys can see, it's kind of tight in here. This is the Great Lakes Eye Care in Ecuador, Shell. I think it's an actual good place to work, but Dr. Pletcher complains about it. We're just...
So we got a keratometer here, our A scan. What's this here, suitcase? Oh, that's our lenses. And there's our eye chart. We got a few boxes of glasses on the floor looking for a home, and a a lensometer there, and a few old supplies there, and here's our calendar and everything. So anyhow, you can kind of see our quarters are a little tight. So we're going to show you the new clinic, and you'll see what we're going to be doing here real shortly. Show them in.
Okay, this will be the main room where Dr. Pletcher will be working. With a little bit of imagination, we'll have a patient sitting there in a chair, and we'll have a stand in that corner, and then we'll have patients sitting right in front of me, and we'll have some type of desk over here. This will go into the optical shop, my happy place, and that will be my desk and my side of the room. And this is where we'll be doing histories, visions, and maybe just checking pressures. And that's about it. It's a gorgeous room. It's better than Great Lakes, I think.
Lots of space here. We'll have room for our lasers. We got an argon laser and a YAG laser coming shortly. And Overnight Solutions has told us for the last 3 months that we'd have our equipment here overnight, right? So we're anticipating that any day now. So anyhow.
Or any month the following year. I mean, as long as it gets here by the time we leave, I think that's great.
Well, looks like the old morgue is getting cleaned out. All this stuff's moved. What happened to it, I bet? Where's all the stuff going?
It's in here.
You got it all organized yet?
You know what? Who needs Jennifer Adams if I'm here? Isn't this great?
All right. Well, we'll see here. Hopefully it'll look better in a few days. Maybe over-month solutions will come through one of these years. You know, Beth, that's a lot of work moving this whole clinic, but I think it is going to be worth it.
Well, it's close to Great Lakes Eye Care. The closest we're going to get to Great Lakes Eye Care.
That's an interesting thought. You know, I've been thinking, it's getting close to the Great Lakes Christmas party.
Oh, I really like the Christmas parties.
It's a good time, but listen, I got a major dilemma, and I need to talk to you about it. I need some advice. I heard that they're going to be giving that 20-year award to Jim.
Jim?
Yeah, Jim D, the big Jim D.
Oh, has he really been there for 20 years?
That's exactly what I was thinking.
I thought he had started like a few months before I came in.
You know, you're right on to something, because I was thinking about 20 years. I thought, 20 years? Could Jim really
I mean, could we handle the guy for 20 years?
He's such a unhappy person, antisocial.
You know, I mean, the guy never tells any jokes. I mean, I don't ever remember seeing him come into work.
You know, well, you didn't remember me when I started working there.
Well, listen, okay, now I've tried to trace this back. I was thinking when I got to Great Lakes, which is like 11 or 12 years ago, I mean, I remember Craig Anderson, but Jim, and Tom Fisher, I do remember him, and Jen.
Oh, Tom is awesome.
Yeah, but I just can't place him.
I am, well, you know.
I mean, he could have worked in maintenance or
front office, you know, you never go up there and check out new people.
maybe some dark back hallway, I don't know. But, oh jeez, I'm thinking 20 years. I mean...
You know, maybe you should talk to Dr. Cook about this because I don't really think he's been there. You know, he does have control over the time clock and he can do something about that.
Well, didn't you say he went to Honduras with you?
You know what? He has been to Honduras, but I don't know if he really has been working out there.
I wonder if he's, you know, putting that down as double time or something.
No, that's kind of
because I saw him in Nicaragua once, and he was having a good time on the street. I saw him, you know, having a great time with a beer. And
you know, I think he.
I don't even think he was helping in surgery with us.
You know, I think this is more serious than we think it is. Maybe you should call up there and figure this out.
I think I'm going to call Dr. Cook. You know,
maybe he's doing this because he really wants that big 20-year award thing.
Yeah. You know, I'm wondering if he's counting his U of M games as Great Lakes clock.
You know, maybe you should really think about this because, you know,
Well, what we could do, I mean, I hate to be too hard on the guy. I mean, what I'm thinking maybe is I'll just tell Dave that, geez, we give him a trip that's a little more fitting. Maybe something like Cedar Point, Santa Claus Land, I don't know, somewhere he can go on his Harley, won't cost us so much.
You know, you're right. I mean, he is a really, really old guy. Maybe he has been working there for more than 20 years, maybe 25. I mean, have you seen all the gray hair he has?
Well, you're right, he is kind of an old dude. I mean, you're right, the style of clothes he wears. Boy, let me think about this just a little more. You know, maybe he's been there 25, 30, that would be before. You know what, this is starting to make sense. Because he did, I think he knows that Dr. Saxton.
Who?
And, well, I'm thinking that maybe Jim actually helped open Dr. O'Toole's office. And Dr. Lynn,
wow.
Dr. Lignell.
That's a really long time ago. It's like, that makes him older than Bev.
Older than Bev. That's old.
Extremely old.
Well,
I mean, you know what? Maybe you should give him this trip after all. You're kind of tough with employees.
No, I don't think he deserves a trip like that. But I'm thinking actually maybe something better.
Better than the trip?
Yeah, something better than a trip. Well, I guess this is part of what I want to know because I haven't talked to DC about this. I should consult with him, but I think maybe we ought to think of something like a car.
A car? Are you serious?
Yeah. I mean,
Jim, do you really think he deserves a car?
Well, I've been thinking this through over the last 24 hours, and I just thought of the perfect for Jim.
I mean, a car is...
Okay, now just slow down, Ben. I mean, I know you're getting excited because this might have to set some precedents for other people, but, you know, Jim's special, and I'm thinking I'll talk to RLM, D&B, and DC, get their permission, but really, what might be really befitting to Jim be one of DC's nice used vehicles that he's just tried out and gotten to, so they work so well. It's got plenty more life in them.
You know, that doesn't sound as bad as I thought it would be. That would be great for his U of M outings.
Perfect. I think it would be great.
Hey, he deserves an older car.
I think he would love one of DC's older vans.
I thought you were talking about like a 2012 or 11 car.
Oh no, 1998, 1988.
Well, you know what?
Perfect.
Talking about this, I wish I would have been there to see his face, you know, when...
That would be great. Well, you know what? We ought to wish a Merry Christmas to the Great Lakes staff. Merry Christmas from Michelle, Ecuador.